giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Just this video is going to be, the topic of this video is going to be on the signs of the end, the times that we're coming into, because, it seems like not only our people, but people in general, anybody who claims to believe in the Lord or believe in the Bible doesn't seem to see the signs that's showing the end. Everybody's acting like things are going to just keep going on the way they've been going on. And no, if you've been blessed with the Holy Spirit to see things, you'll see that the time is at hand when the Most High is gonna. Well, I'll just let the scriptures speak for itself. This is Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. What are the signs? Well, we're going to get into them in Matthew the 24th chapter, but continue reading on. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And how will the Most High visit the world in which he made? A quick precept for that. Second Ezra, where is it real quick? 16, hold on, Salakia. 19, I believe it is. This is how the Most High is going to visit the world. This is Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 19. Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, right? Because people have not been listening, have not been taking heed to the prophets on the corners of the streets. Us men that are doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, they have not been taking heed. So because of that, the Most High is going to send famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish as scourges for amendment. So let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 9. So that's how the Most High is going to visit the earth. He's not going to visit the earth and how people think a white man's going to come down and just say, hey, all children, I love you. Let's all go to paradise. Nah, it's not going down like that. How this place is going to go down, how the world's going to go down, or this Esau's power structure is going to go down, it's going to go down violently and bloody. It's not going to go down like how you think it's going to go down, or how you've been taught in the church is how it's going to go down. Verse 3, it says, Therefore, when there shall be earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and right, I'm also going to get a couple of things on the earthquakes as well, but you're seeing uproars around the world with people, a lot of people trying to fight back against the government, not just here in America, but all around the world. Mostly when you talk about America, people fighting against this, these lockdowns. People don't like these lockdowns. They feel trapped, like they can't do nothing. People want to go back to how things were before. But the government, Joe Biden and all that, keeps saying that get prepared for the new normal. Well, this is the new normal that they want you to get used to. See, they keep telling you, hey, we're going to get things back to normal, but then they say new normal. So are we going back to normal, or are we going to this new normal? Which one is it? It can't be both. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, and we're seeing the end manifest right now before us. So now I'm going to Matthew 24th chapter. And these are the words of Yahushua. As you can see, it's in red. And blue letter, don't play with me right now. All right, thank you. Right, these are red letters, so you know this is the Messiah, Yahushua. That's his name in the ancient Hebrew. It's Yahushua, not Jesus. This is Matthew the 24th chapter, verse 4. And Yahushua answered unto them and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And you have those men right now in our churches. You have those. I'm sorry, not in our churches, but in churches right now. To name a few: T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar. The list goes on. Joel Osteen, even though he's not a Jake, but I hope the guy is not a Jake, but Joel Osteen's another one. And you have a lot, even this one Chinese dude my mother starts watching now. I don't know if he's Moab or Ammon, but you even got Chinaman on TV now trying to talk about Jesus. Get the fuck out of here. But continuing on, verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Now, what are these wars and rumors of wars we've been hearing about? One example is with the death of Qasem Soleimani. I read an article when around that time last year when Qasem Soleimani died, that Iran was actually wanting to attack America for some particular reason. But when they killed Qasem Soleimani, that stopped Iran from attacking America. I forgot where I found the article from. If I could find it ever again, Lord's one, I might do a video on it. But I remember reading an article where Iran wanted to attack America, but when America killed Qasem Soleimani, it prevented that and stopped that. So that is another thing that's been, the daughter of Qasem Soleimani has said, yo, America, you don't know what you've done. Get ready. And their people, if you look at videos on it, their people are 100% behind each other, man. See how their women, all the men, they're all together. They're all backing them like, yeah, we want a death to America. Actually, there was an article I remember also saying when after the death of Qasem Soleimani as well, that those Iranians were saying death to America. They want America dead. So you see how the Most High is working, how he's, putting, like the scriptures say, that evil thought in their mind to destroy the whore. Uh, but that's the signs of the you should hear of wars and rumors of war. And matter of fact, I'm gonna just get an article as well. And if they're coming out with articles like this, you know that this has to be true, and that these thoughts are now pondering in the minds of people. It says, are the U.S. and Iran really on the brink of war? So now, if you have to do an article that this is now pondering in the minds of people, and there's a second one where Iran and the United States are really on the brink of war again. Another one, what has gone wrong between Iran and the United States? So these thoughts now are mustering and being, these thoughts are going on in the mind of people. Are we going to get into a war? And we know that this war is not going to be with guns or with swords. No, this battle is going to be with fuel and a flame of fire, as the scriptures say. Because this isn't, people, this isn't World War One anymore, or World War Two. All Esau has to do is just press a button from where he is, shoot a nuke off, and that's it. But let's go back. This war is going to be very quick. That's why it says Babylon should be destroyed in 1 hour. When you used to go to war before, World War One lasted from 1914 to about 1918. That's about 4 years. This war is going to be in within an hour. When Yahweh Shah comes back, when you read 2nd Ezra's 13th chapter, it says he destroyed them so quick there was nothing left but dust and smoke. That's how quickly everything's going to happen. Why? Because knowledge shall increase. Technology has advanced. Esau's want to make everything so quick. Well, your destruction is also going to be quick as well, since you like everything to be so quick. Continuing on in verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So all these things come to pass. The Qasem Soleimani thing, the stirring up the minds of the people. Basically, they're saying they want death to America. There's tension between Iran and the U.S. Also, there's tension between the U.S. and China as well. U.S. ain't really, getting along with these other nations. And I remember there was an article maybe sometime about a year ago that I think Germany said if America tries to touch a certain nation, that it would step in. I can't remember. That was an old article, but I remember reading that on RT News. So you see how the Most High is working here. These are the signs so you can see that things are about to happen. For nation shall rise against nation, right, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. Now, let's go found this, right? And this was just a simple Google search, right? It said famines. Yahweh Shah talked about famines, right? Now, I just put in World Famine 2021, right? Now, where is it? I believe this is it. Hold on. Yep, this is it. It says the C-19. You didn't do that before. Get out of here. Nah. God damn it. Don't play with me right now. It wasn't doing that a second ago when I just looked it up. Come on now. Oh, that's Satan if it does it. I was just reading this, I swear. Alright, hopefully it don't pop back up. Alright. Motherfucker. Alright, but Salakia, I swear it didn't just do that. When I just pulled up that article and it didn't do that. But this is an article that came out and it was basically saying how the C-19 has made things worse and how they have to spend more money for food and things, and that food, there's going to be a shortage of food. I apologize, but I was literally reading this, and now all of a sudden Satan wants to make this thing go up, and I can't make this go away. But when I was just reading it, it was talking about how the C-19 is causing basically famine. Like there's lack of food now, not just here in America, but all around the world. So there you go. There's proof there should be famines, not just here in America. But remember, this is a worldwide thing that's going on. The whole world, like it says in Revelation, shall be tried. And pestilences, all right. And right now, this thing that shall not be named, the whatever you want to call it, the KFC, the cocktail, the C-19 is causing basically a pestilence, but the Most High is going to come out with his pestilence, that's going to make it 10 times worse. And earthquakes. Now let's just go into that real quick. Right? Earthquakes. And as you can see right here, recent earthquakes. Uh, I can't say that, but that's from Japan. That was March 26th. Another Easter Island, Chile. That was March 30th. Another one in China, March 29th, literally just yesterday or 2 days ago. As you can see Portugal, March 28th. See, these are all recent. And like the scriptures say, earthquakes in diverse places. So these are signs of the time. But in order for you to see these things, you got to be paying attention to the news. And actually, there's a precept for that. Hold on, let me find it real quick. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. Actually, we're just gonna go. I'm just gonna get a little ahead of myself here, but this will just hit the point of what I want to say real quick. So this is Mark. It's the same thing like we're going into, but in order for you to see what's gonna happen, you have to watch, and this is what Yahweh Shah told us to do. It says, "But of that day and of that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son." So even Yahweh Shah himself doesn't know, but the Father. "Take heed and watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is." So how are you going to see these things? I just gave you how. I mean, sorry, how I got a little held of myself. How are you going to be able to see the signs? You got to be watching the news. You got to be into articles and things like that. Like I just brought out for you, Yahweh shall warn us of what earthquakes in diverse places. So you got to watch. Do a simple Google search like I just did, and now you see, oh snap, there's earthquakes in diverse places. The pestilence, well, we see that the C-19 is causing a pestilence around the world. We're seeing famines. We're seeing shortage. That if I was able to read that article for you, but there's plenty of other articles I'm pretty sure you could find of there's famine going around the world. So you're seeing all the signs of the times of what Yahweh Shah, what the scriptures speak about. Let me just head. And so I'm just going to head to 37th verse, and it says, "And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch." So you have to be, in order to see the prophecies, you have to first learn the prophecies, what they are. You have to get the breakdowns. But then in order to see how it manifests into the real world, you have to be paying attention to the news. You have to be into, like I said, into articles so you can see, like, oh, I see uh Revelation 12 and 12 coming down. I see, eventually the persecution is going to come down. Oh, I see the MOB, over there in Sweden, they have it. So you're seeing the prophecies come to pass. So since you're watching, you're into videos, you're into articles, you're into news, you're seeing how the prophecies are coming to pass. It isn't just something where it's like, oh, the end is going to come, like how our people think it's going to come, and then that's just it. They think that, oh, when the end comes, I'll be prepared. No, if you're not preparing for this thing, there's a saying, if you're not preparing, you're preparing to fail. It's one of the two. You're either preparing for success or you're preparing to fail. It's not, there's no in between. So let me just go back to Matthew, where we left off. Right. verse 8. Right, let me just read 7 again. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. I brought out, well, if I was able to bring out that article, excuse me, that proves that what the famines all over the earth. But see, this is not what you're seeing on CNN. They're not telling you these things. That's why you have to be into world news, RT news, BBC news, any other things that are going to world news. Because CNN, Fox, they ain't gonna tell you that. Esau don't want you to know that. Pestilences, earthquakes. I just gave you an example of that in diverse places. It says, verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrow. So this is just the beginning. This is not even the climax. This is just the beginning. Verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Right? Because Esau is beginning his campaign against us to where he's going to make us the bad guy when he's really the bad guy, because he's the one that's doing all the BS and all that. But yeah, he's gonna, do his little campaign, his persecution to come against us and make us look like the bad guys. And that's why everybody, your mother, your father, your woman, your brothers, your sisters, even your friends in the world are gonna come against you. You're gonna be hated of all nations. Even your own nation is gonna come against you. Because this is what Yahushua had to deal with. His own people want him dead. So just like he had to go through that, we're gonna also have to go through it. Even our own people, your own father or mother may very well want you dead. They say they don't want it that now, but when Esau brings the heat, let's see how if they still have that same feeling. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and killed. Right. Verse 10. All right. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And we have that going on right now, not just in the churches, but even some wicked men amongst Israel as well, that say that the mark of the beast is like Christianity or something like that, some foolish thing, when the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. Uh, Verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So you have to go through all the BS in order to be saved. And even then, Lord's willing, Yahweh shall looks down upon you and has mercy, and your Lord's willing, you're a part of that elect. Verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And we're seeing the end manifest right now. It said, and this gospel, not that gospel of Jesus Christ, because that gospel has been going on, or well, it's not even a gospel, but that so-called gospel has been going on for a while now, and ain't nothing been happening. When you come and find out you're Israelite, you start seeing when this Holy Spirit works with you and you become diligent, you get into this work, and the Most High sees that you're serious, he's going to sup with you, and you're going to start seeing prophecies. And what happens? You see the end coming, and the end is manifesting right before your eyes. And there was something I see on Instagram months ago. It says, if you don't see America falling, it's because you're falling along with it. So this gospel, the true gospel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, this gospel shall be preached in all the world. Because you don't, I guess you kind of have the Jesus Christ being preached around all the world, but not in the same power and magnitude as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. You don't just have men that believe here in America. You have men that believe on the eastern side of the world as well. That's also preaching that. You have even some men in Australia. You have GMS camps all over the world. So this gospel of Yahushua shall be preached around throughout the whole world. Then shall the end come. Not JC, Yahushua. So we're just going to jump down a bit. I'm going to read verse 21. Then shall there be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. So this last tribulation to end all, this Jacob's trouble that's coming. This is it. This is the Most High's. This is the last time the Most High is going to do anything ever crazy again. So the Most High is going to pull out everything he got. The Most High is going to make the judgment as vicious and as vile, as crazy as it can be. Because after this is complete peace. There's no more wars. There's no more anything like that. It's going to be complete peace for the Israelites. Now, yes, the other nations will have a share in that as well, but peace in the kingdom is really for the Israelites, not everybody. So the that kind of broke my train of thought. Right. So the Most High, and we don't even really talk. We talk so much about, like the persecution, because that is important, and the FEMA camps and all those things like that. But we sometimes don't even talk about things like Leviathan. Leviathan's also a part of prophecy. Leviathan's also going to be unleashed. Leviathan, if you don't know, when you read, I believe it's Job, the 40th chapter, or the 41st chapter, Leviathan, basically, when you think of Leviathan, just think of Godzilla. Leviathan is one of the Most High's creatures. Think of that like his favorite pet dog or something, except it's not a dog. That's also going to be unleashed in the world. People are going to see that. We don't really talk about that a lot, but Leviathan is also part of prophecy. Verse 22, and except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. That's why time seems like it's running by so fast. You always talk to people, and it's like the week seems like it's going by so fast, right? Because the Most High is speeding up the time. Because with this devil doing what he's doing, and when I say devil, I mean Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, with the really it's the top banking families, the elites, with their putting chemtrails in the air. You're not eating foods. And now, I do DoorDash with my father. And it's like that seems to be all people do is just buy. Nobody's, Eve is not cooking cook food meals for their men or even themselves or their children. It's just TV dinners, is, these things that you just warm up and put in the microwave, or you just buy, order something from DoorDash, whatever it may, like Applebee's or something, and then that's it. And men are just getting weaker because that's not really food, man. That's something that you just put in your stomach, and it's like, yeah, it sustains you for a time, but it's not really, when you eat food, it's supposed to give you energy so you can go on for the rest of the day. That's why your body feels so weak, and that's why you feel like you have to keep eating so you can keep, going. You're supposed to eat, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's supposed to sustain you. But now here in Babylon, our bodies are so weak, the air is polluted, uh, just everything in life is polluted. The food is polluted, and sometimes our people ourselves are breaking the dietary law, eating all these abominable foods. Your body is just weak, so no wonder you have to eat so much to try and keep up through the day. And then the judgments that's coming. I mean, like the scriptures say, the world was created for many, but the world to come for few. So there's not going to be a lot of people left after the end of this, except for the 144 which are the elect, and the numerous one third, and then the rest of the heathens that are going to be going into slavery. And then the rest of Israel, the two-thirds that died, are going to come back. Verse 23, if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is the anointed, or there, believe it not. For there shall rise forth false anointeds and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Uh, Slakia, bear with me 1 second. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think I'll end it off here. All right, so this is Matthew 24, chapter and 32. It says, now learn the parable of the fig tree. When the branch is yet tender and put it forth leaves, you know that summer is nigh, right? So like Yahushua just said, when summer is nigh, things are like, let's just use spring for example. Right now I have my allergies. How do I know when spring is nigh? When my eyes start getting red, I start getting cold in my nose, and I start having the sniffles like crazy, and I start sneezing like crazy. That's when I know spring is here. So the same way when when I get all my eyes start running, I get cold in my nose and I start sneezing a lot, I know it's springtime. It's the same way Yahushua is likening these prophecies, these signs that he's like, look, when you see these signs, pestilence, famine, earthquakes, rumors of wars, know that this is getting close to the end. Just like how I know when I have my sniffles and stuff, I know that spring is getting close or spring is here. Know that when you see these signs, it's the same thing that Yahweh Shah is about to make his return. It's the end. The end is coming very soon. Verse 33. So likewise, ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door. And right now, what are our people doing? Like, let's say somebody's knocking at the door. Our people like to pretend like they don't hear that knock at the door. But if they were to open their eyes, they would see like, yo, like this has to be what those men are saying on the corner has to be the truth, and this is very serious. Like he is coming. Like this is not no BS. What the men on the streets, our apostles and elders, beginning with Apostle Tahar on down, are saying that what you guys are saying is the truth, and yeah, Yahushua is coming back. Because some of our people don't even believe in the God. Some of our people don't even believe in the Messiah. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. Verse 36, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah, which is Noah, were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Right. So let's see how things was going on during the time of Noah, and let's liken that unto today. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah, which is Noah, entered into the ark. And we see those same things today. People are getting married. I see all the time on Facebook or Instagram or just in general, a lot of women are getting pregnant or getting pregnant again. Just people just, you would swear you would think there with this whole pandemic, like Jake would like kind of like, okay, let's chill out. No, it's like it's just gotten worse. It's like Jake's just like, C19 is out, but fuck it, we still gonna live it up. YOLO. And it's like, so it's the same thing, just like in the days of Noah. When Noah was prophesying unto him and warning them, it was like, oh, what you mean it's gonna rain or the flood's gonna come? We don't know what you're talking about. It's the same thing. We're like, yo, Yahweh Shah's gonna come back. You see the signs. You see how things are getting locked down. This is just with that alone, with things getting locked down. That's showing you how the Most High is saying, yo, this shit is about to be wrapped up. Like I'm wrapping this shit up. This show of America, I've let this run its course. It's had its fun. It's been a good time. No, it hasn't really not, but you know what I mean. This show has had its time. I'm wrapping this shit up. Like I'm locking this shit down. This is over. The curtain call and all that. It's the same thing. But Jake just don't want to see the signs. They just want to pretend like everything's all good. But the Most High is showing you that this is over. Verse 39, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So just like when Noah went into the ark and the flood came and took all those people and killed them off, just like Yahushua is going to call up his elect in the numerous 1/3, and the rest of the people that didn't repent, well, I'm going to get a precept for that and then end it. And then we'll end it on that. I apologize for being a little long-winded. I just want to, you know, emphasize the point that these are the signs. You got to pay attention so you can see. In order to be able to see prophecy, like Yahushua said, you have to watch. But you have to watch what? You have to learn the prophecies and then be able to watch for them on the news and see, like, okay, this links up with that. This has to be that. So that, I'm going to just read from verse 7. And this is it. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed in Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall they be in pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they which have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. So those 2/3 are going to have to be purged out by fire or die, like the scriptures say, the same as to the sword, the same as to the famine, to this famine. Verse 10, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, right? So when we was out there preaching the word unto our people, and we were telling them to repent, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. Yeah, I ain't got time for that, or I ain't trying to hear you. Just it's whatever. Verse 11, and we have a saying in the Caribbean, that which is verse 12 right here. We have a saying in the Caribbean, he who don't hear will feel, and that's exactly what the Most High is saying right here in verse 12. The same must know it after death by pain. So I pray that this video is edifying unto your elect. I pray that this video is also pleasing unto the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rachak Qudash. Shalom.